Hi, I wanted to give you a short update on momentum investing. So what I do is I get a list of some of the best momentum ETFs from the website ETF Screener, and then I dump them into my spreadsheet that analyzes and ranks them. So it looks at some performance stats, it looks at some moving averages, it looks at where it stands relative to the 52-week high. We get little charts here as well. I measure the correlation between the share price and the trend line, and the better the correlation, the smoother the trend. I then look at how that slope changes over time and whether it's going up or down, so whether there's like accelerating or decelerating momentum. And I look at whether the ETF is making higher highs and higher lows. So I put all this together, and then that helps me determine what should I invest in. And unfortunately, Turkey has now really dropped out of my system. It's had quite a strong pullback recently, but I'm looking at things like copper miners here. That seems to be doing really well. So what I do is I do a little chart for the copper miners, and I see here that it's just going sideways, but there is some quite strong support. Then it breaks through 20, I think it's £20, and then so that's quite a significant round number. It then pulls back to the £20 level, so that's pretty significant. Then enters a narrow range here and breaks out of that narrow range. So this is all looking pretty good. This is quite an interesting setup, and we've got the correlation here 0.7. So yeah, I mean that's pretty good and getting better, and it does look like the slope is accelerating. So for the relative momentum numbers, here's the ETF screen data. So just dump all this in. Here is copper, so it's gone from a low of 29 right up to a high of 99. So that's increasing relative strength, looking at about 1,000 ETFs. And we've got things like KWEB that goes from 2 to 99, but this one I'm saying is actually overbought because it's risen so quickly that it's quite volatile, possibly going to have a pullback. And what I do with these is I just convert the US tickers into UK equivalent ETFs, and I use the website justetf.com to do that. And then what I also do is I put together a little portfolio of the potential ETFs, and I just look at the correlations between the different things I'm interested in buying. So like one is just miners in general. We've got gold miners in here as well. So if they've got quite a high correlation between them, the GIGB and the GDGB, it's 0.56. That's not too bad. But this is IMIB, that's Italy. CS51 is the 50 largest companies in continental Europe. That's got a correlation of 0.88. So I'd want to have one or the other of those two, but not both. So I can look at that. I can look at some trend data here as well, and I can see how my portfolio compares to like a developed world tracker, just see what's going on. So again, further analysis here. So when I've done all that, I can then start to put together my portfolio. And if you're interested in these files, I'll put a link to eBay where you can purchase them. And if you want to contact me about momentum investing, the email address is ianshadrack@gmail.com.